Welcome everybody to the first episode of Kingsley News, the one and only Spellweaver news show, inspired by our very own HallYall, who has brought us some very exciting news posted in the Spellweaver Discord. But he wanted to get some information out through a video, and so he looked through the very bottom of the barrel for someone he could find to do this with, and he saw some dude just lying with his face down in the water, and he said, "Hey dude, you want to record a video?" And I just kind of woke up and said, "Yeah, why not?" So I'll read over some of the details in the message, and then Master HallYall will illuminate us as to exactly what these exciting things are. So let's see. Our first things is a Masters Sweepstakes, which will be a way to give non-participants a way to be excited. We have some information about customizable in-game tournaments. Now that's value right there. And then some additional bits, which I'm sure HallYall will get into in greater detail. So, sir, what do you have for us?
Well, first of all, thank you for joining me. You're welcome from saving you from drowning in that shallow puddle that you described just at the beginning of the intro.
It's pretty comfortable, actually.
Should have just let you be. Right. Well, I mean, yeah, first of all, we're going to start off with the Masters Sweepstakes. The Masters Grand Final is just a day away. If you're a new player and you're thinking, why do I care at all about Masters? You're wrong. You should probably listen, because you can win pretty decent prizes. Anyway, this is what's up for grabs. We have a starter pack, and that's basically it's a hero pack, which comes with any hero of your choice, and I believe three random epics. On top of that, if I'm not mistaken, you get 3 epics, and then also 6 normal packs. So those of you who are possibly not interested in Masters at all, however, wanting just some packs to boost your collection, it is worth checking this out and just throwing your hat in the ring. So basically, you've got 3 picks, and the winner of Masters will have 4 points. Then obviously there will be several players with 3 points. Your ideal picks would be a maximum of 10, getting the winner at 4 and then 2 players at 3 points. So we're just going to quickly run through this month's participants and tell you a little bit about them and their records, maybe even our picks for the tournament, to give you guys a better idea and the best chance of winning the prize for yourself. Just quickly, there is a second prize as well, the second highest group of points from the 3 picks. Those players, if they're grouped together or just a single player, will be awarded 3 packs. So let's start from the very top of the list and top of the ladder right now, Dobritzi. And I think, Fuzz, we might get you to talk a bit about him.
Well, I do have a bit of a special connection with him because he and I frequently test decks together, and by that I mean he tells me he wants to face something, and I happen to have a really weird list that just randomly counters what he has, giving him extremely bad data. Yeah. This results in him bringing a bunch of random meme decks, maybe out of spite, or perhaps out of anger, or perhaps he just wants to prove to us, you know what, I don't need your stupid, information, your data. I'm gonna conquer Masters with the weirdest decks you've ever seen. And, I can't wait till that happens. So give us your best decks. Oh, and of course, one of those decks will be Burke, because
we will see Burke. Like, that's a guarantee. I mean, I really wonder how good this deck is. I mean, I know what it is. It's Rage Rush, and then it stops at the 3 drop, and just turns chicken and blue stuff. It's not inventive or creative. But really, it's it's a bit of a wild card. None of us really know how good it is, so maybe some people will underestimate it, let it through. But yeah, it could be a Masters of Fear the Burke. So moving on, we've got Sensagus. Sensagus is a former champion, and he's been away for a while. There are only, what should we say, 4? No, maybe 5 players mixed up in the 3-point tie debacle Masters, which there have only been 2. So there's Sensagus and Puku, I believe, or Drygod. I
thought it was Vanguard who won over you.
Yeah, no, well, that was the second one ever in history.
So you don't remember who was involved in the first one? I honestly couldn't remember. That was one of the earlier ones.
Yes. So Sensagus just won his on one of those weird Masters when we just like people dropped or the participant numbers just worked out that basically the top players had 3 points tied and went to second tiebreaker, and in my case, third tiebreaker versus Vanguard.
The way this occurs, by the way, is if by the end of round 3 there is only 1 3-pointer, which means that if this person loses, there is no 4-pointers. So that's how that can happen.
Pretty much, yep. So it's good to see him back. I am thinking he's going to bring Rage Rush. He's been running it a lot on ladder. It's really strong, to be honest. Like, it's simple and strong, and not a bad pick. The next player, Jugador, who looks to be fairly new. He's got like about 600 odd games played on ladder. He finished first in the ratings race. Also running Rage Rush. However, I've played him in a few Conquest tournaments just throughout the month, and the kid's got game, for sure, not to be underestimated. And we come to Vanguard. I hope you don't mind if I take my teammate's description here, Fuzz. Quote, unquote, if all else fails, go face. Vanguard's ruined many metas. He has brought in rush deck after rush deck. He's made every single type of soldiers possible. And he has single most qualified for Masters and not actually showed up for Masters of everyone. Everyone listening who's choosing their picks right now, and as they watch this, do not choose Vanguard. He will not fucking show up. I promise you. Excuse my Australian. Grandheart. Now, did you want to say anything about Grandheart, or should I just run on with him too?
I have very little knowledge of his activities. And isn't it Ganderheart?
It is Ganderheart. You're right.
You call him Grandheart. Who is that?
So he's from Team Sanctum, which is a new team. Sorry, I did that on purpose there. Sanctuary. They get annoyed that I call them Team Sanctum. But so him and Ginger Raven, the 2 British contestants of Masters. Ginger Raven, I speak with a fair bit, and I know what he's all about. He's got definitely skill to win. Finished on 3 points last month. And he speaks the world of Ganderheart, and Ganderheart shows us on ladder that he can play. He came runner-up, so watch out for him. I'll let you take Senilian because he's a bit of an old name.
He's my sensei. He has taught me the way of many other games. Whenever I joined a game that he already played, he would just show me the ropes. He seems to be like the grand master of CCGs. It's one of those weird guys. But yeah, he is one of the original members of the Ace Breakers, which was the very first competitive team, which is no longer existent, by the way. It's just like people just went away. There were 5 members total, myself included. two of the other guys, Raijin and Kindle, just disappeared. And then Sanelian moved to other games, and then Jodo is, he's British or whatever. So that tells you everything. And then I just became more of a, I don't know, the MC of Spellweaver, I guess, if you want to call it that. But yeah, no, he last time he came back, he just straight up won the Masters with some really interesting lists, which included Molten Passageway. So I'm expecting.
And Hate Bears.
I'm expecting
completely off
to kick
meta.
some ass. The man is brilliant. So if I'm probably gonna pick him just because.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Jodo's actually told me a little bit about him because, yeah, he, as you mentioned, Jodo's now my teammate on Team Shrining, and will be joining you as co-host for the Master Stream. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So Jodo pretty much could have qualified for this, and I think just dropped out because he chose to do the commentating thing instead. Basically speaks very highly of Sanilion, and I'm kind of scared of the guy. I've logged in some days and seen him like 78 and like 34, just actually insane, just to play that many games like in a row, like nuts. Wildblade Sov from America. We've only got 2 Americans this in this cup, and he's another teammate of mine at the Shrining. He's really good. He's been around for a while. Only just decided to join in on the competitive scene. I think he's been around since beta. But yeah, he knows Conquest. He's got some real strong lists which he plans on bringing, and I would say he's good for 3 points, to be honest. Larissi, do you want to speak a little about him, the Frenchman?
Do you mean Lyris?
Lyris. Sorry, I always get that wrong.
I don't know what I can really say about him. He's just kind of been there on and off. I mean, he's French. What do you want me to tell you?
He's been in a few Masters finals. A certain other championship final, which is some would argue is the only real final that matters, Spellweaver. He didn't win that one. Some sick cunt did, but anyway, maybe better luck to him this time. Next we've got me, and I'm not going to talk about myself because that's pretty fucking weird. So say a few unkind words.
Well, let's get the obvious out of the way. Everybody knows that if HallYall wanted to have 10 titles, he would have. But he's just being nice to his teammates. He wants them to get some experience under their wings. He's being the mentor. He's master the game to such a degree that he could play it in his sleep. I mean, he in fact he has played it in his sleep or without any sleep, and yet still performs reasonably. So those are the lengths he's willing to go to help his teammates. And of course, as always, HallYall is our, the shining light in the darkness, bringing us the Kingsley news, for instance, and being like the new source of life for Spellweaver. Working hard with Ivko, for instance, on all kinds of shenanigans, which most of us aren't aware of. We're lucky to have you.
Aw, well, that was cute and a little bit soft, but we'll let it slide. We've come up to, I think, mine and many other players' favorites. Listen, if you're a new player, you may have heard of him already. Cruel Tech. I just want to get the stat sheet up, to be honest. Like, I think that it shouldn't go unsaid just how many Masters he has been in.
Almost all of them?
So, yeah. By far has shown up in more Masters than any other player in the game. Let's have a look here. Okay. And spreadsheet loaded. He has been in 28.
Out of 36, I believe.
Yes. So he has 60 total points. It's the highest there. Only one title.
Which
The
is,
Cruel
that
Tech.
is not a coincidence.
The Cruel Tech curse was like the greatest meme ever.
What do you mean?
Sadness.
It's real.
Well, I mean, it's over.
True.
He won a title just 2 Masters ago, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, Cruel Tech has finished number 1 on ladder multiple times. He's an extremely good player on board. Let's move down the list here. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. No, he's from Vietnam. He's a solid player. Like, definitely, sort of. I feel like he's been around before. I don't know how many Masters he's been in, to be honest, but I know he can play. So, I'd say good for 2 points at the minimum, and upwards from there. Ginger Raven, as I've said, he's a solid player. Him and Grand Heart are good picks, both British and from the newest Spellweaver competitive team, Sanctuary. Lucy V is a teammate of mine. He is the mad scientist of deck building in Spellweaver. He comes up with some weird shit, man. Like, I imagine him just like in a witch's hat, standing over a cauldron, cackling as he brews his decks. It's madness, and we're going to see some really strange stuff from him. Dark horse pick, Lucy V. Shislin Dritz, I believe, is a new player. I don't know if he's had Masters player before. Been a Masters player before. Forgive me, Shislin Dritz, if you've been in before. But new player, new blood, and I need to see a little bit more from him, to be honest, to tell you any more. But honestly, it's anyone's tournament. Bucker 9 is he's been to the tournament a few times. We'll keep an eye on him, Fuzz. We won't go into details as to why. Sasha, from Italy and from Team Meme Reactor. We've got, which is the second member of Meme Reactor. Dobrich is being the first. And at least I think he is. So if you've been on Spellweaver DB, Sasha's provided us with a list which is in the tier 1 this month. So he's been producing content as well, and he is an excellent player. Now, I believe that is all 16 participants. So we shall move on now. So just to quickly wrap it up, guys, there's a link to the Discord on the homepage of Spellweaver DB, which is the website that you're hopefully viewing this video on. And if you just click that, join up the Discord, and then find the channel saying Masters Sweepstakes, just put in your top 3 picks. We'll have all the names there for you to select from. I mean, why not? It's really worth it just to throw your hat in there to win the prize. Now, on to news. Customizable in-game tournaments are coming, guys. Fuzzy, you know how you have always wanted to be able to sort of customize tournaments, put in bans, maybe limit cards to 3 or limit cards to rarity.
Oh yeah.
Well, now we can do all of that. So these like by customizable in-game tournaments, I mean like they're fucking customizable in every sense of the word. You can choose the tournament name yourself. you schedule the tournament. You can make it private and just invite your friends. You can make it open and let anyone join.
Now, I gotta ask this: how are prizes gonna work for this?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're customizing the tournament, who decides the prizes?
So the prizes for the tournament, there will be in-game costs for the organizer of the tournament, or that organizer of the tournament can have those costs split between the entrance tickets of the players that they invite, or players that just fill up the tournament slots. So it's entirely up to them. I know that I'm going to be hosting a bunch of free ones, just throwing the horde of in-game resources I've been hoarding for a while around. And I encourage the other vets to do the same, just making some weird tournaments for everyone to join. Now, timetable is sort of like roughly 2 weeks, maybe longer, like sort of like within the month kind of thing. I spoke with Ivco just earlier today, and I may have delayed him a little bit because I gave him a few extra little goodie ideas, including tournament gifting, which is you can gift tournament entry tickets away, and when this happens, a little animation is going to show up in the screen of a sort of raffle, and then you'll have about a minute to click on that. Anyone in game will, and then enter the raffle and try and get that ticket to the tournament. So that's going to be great, just sort of like alert people that the tournament's firing. So if anyone sort of like makes a tournament and is worried that no one's going to join, I'd sort of recommend gifting a ticket to start that little raffle animation and really make everyone in game aware it's about to start. They've got about a minute to get in. I just want to go back into like the different things you can do. So you can choose the format, be it Swiss, Conquest, Draft, whatever you like, really, and then also customized rules. You can ban a select group of cards that you don't like. You can make everyone play only common cards, or any rarity level. Although, I mean, let's not get out of hand, because only heroics would be a bit impossible. Like, I mean, Jesus, that might be interesting, but anyway, so yeah, but yeah, so basically, like, the tournament host is basically going to be organizing the tournament, and I'd say hopefully in most cases fronting the cost of the prizes for people. However, again, if you just want to host a tournament but you can't front the prizes, just set it to split those among the tournament ticket holders. So basically it'll be a little bit more expensive for people to enter, but you can still make a tournament. Choose your time, choose private or open, choose basically anything you want about the tournament, and there'll also be features if you are a new player and you don't want to basically have a bunch of vets come in and just ruin your tournament or just wreck you guys, and if you just want to have like a tournament between new players and stuff, either make it on private or you can set a level cap for players entering the tournament. So there's just that I think is just going to be heaps of fun. Letting people have tournaments when they want, what type they want, whenever they want, is going to be really exciting. I think that's about it for that one. And we do have one final piece of news, Fuzzy. How are we going for time?
I mean, keep rolling, man.
All right. Okay. Now this one is going to be after the tournament system is implemented. Because I think the tournaments is way more fun, and I definitely agree with the devs that they focus on that first. But a lot of people have been saying in Discord that the game is lacking daily rewards, which it isn't, because I mean, it has daily reward challenges. But just for the mobile players to sort of like undeniably see the value that the game is offering, there's going to be daily rewards implemented soon. Timetable unsure of, maybe within the month, maybe the start of next month. Think around those sort of times. But the main thing is that the tournaments get done soon. First, it's not going to be a login bonus because we don't do that. We're not like just going to resort to some tactic, like, which is pretty much just bullshit psychology. Like, you know, like, oh, it is like, you know, all those apps that are like, oh, log in and get your bonus. Like, yeah, like no, that's not what Spellweaver is about. Like, as soon as I said login bonus, like Ivco goes, nope. And I had to calm him down and say, no, it's all right. We'll make them play for it. And then he calmed down. And so, yeah, if anyone doesn't know, the creator of our game we've just got about 2 devs working on it. They're self-funded and committed to actually getting just like a great game that doesn't like actually just want to steal your money or trick you into anything. So we're really lucky to have them as devs, and this is sort of something that they're willing to bring in. Basically, we're thinking like a rolling increased reward for each day that you log in and get a win on ladder, possibly 1 to 3 wins, sort of like a tiered reward, maybe something sort of similar-ish to what Gwent offered. If any of you had played that, Fuzz, you probably know what I mean.
I do.
And if I was unclear at all, or I mean, like, to be honest, it should be a little bit unclear, because this is something that they definitely want to do, but hasn't been done yet. So it could turn out slightly different, but in more or less the form I've described. That is pretty much it. We do have some exciting stuff coming, but really that's all I can talk about.
Well, you've given us plenty to think about, Lord Kingsley. And you've reignited our passion for the game. I mean, certainly this... I'm going to be... That customizable tournament, I'm going to be all up in that bullshit.
Yeah, you're going to be coming in with the 3-card one, I imagine, first.
Oh, always.
Yeah.
See, I want to prove to you guys that is the correct way to play Spellweaver.
It's a lot of fun. We've done those tournaments before, and it did feel right.
Kicked ass.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, yeah, there's like a lot of fun coming ahead, guys. For those of you who want to tune in to Masters, if you've got a rough time from time for them, I mean, depending on what time you want to use. Certainly not mine. By that I mean time zone.
Well, the client will have the correct time listed for whatever time zone you are in.
Okay. Pardon me for thinking that the Masters host might know when it's on.
Well, I mean, I know when it's going to be on for me. Okay, it's going to be in 31 hours. Does that satisfy you?
I'm satisfied. So that's about it. That's the news wrap up. The Kingsley news. What I mean, we're not going to use in-game names. That's just straight up my actual name. Okay, sure.
Wait, that's your actual name? Oh.
Yeah, just
okay.
see ya anonymity. Anonymity.
Well, I mean, it was until you just ruined it. who's
anyway.
gonna know that that's your name? The Kingsley can mean anything.
I don't know.
I mean,
if my
it
Tinder
could have been
game,
my first name for all you know.
if my Tinder game suffers from this fuzz, you're going to be the first to hear about it.
I cannot wait. Also, I want to hear about your Tinder game. That's what I want. I want some pictures too.
Yeah, I have got drunk and sent some pictures around, but there are pictures around. I will not be circulating them any further, but they're around if you guys want to find them. Anyway, that's about enough from me. I better shut the. And I think I've sworn enough.
By the way, that was actually a very mild podcast, because usually when HallYall's in full swing, oh my god, it's like every fifth word. It's like a machine gun.
It's an Australian thing, guys. But yeah, if Ivco gets angry and tells me off, so I'm learning. We're all done. We're all done here. Surely we've got to be cutting like a big chunk off this tail end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. This has been Kingsley News. I'm not your host. This dude over there is your host. HallYall, I'm just some dude he found on the street in a puddle. Next time, maybe there'll be a different face here.
Who knows? Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. And
Alright, no
see
worries.
Next time. Well, probably
see you guys.
You'll see somebody here next time.